You've just chopped up some fresh potatoes or a beautiful piece of chicken for your evening meal. You give it a quick spray of olive oil and toss it into the air fryer basket. You shove the drawer in, set the dial to 200 degrees and listen as that high-speed fan kicks into gear. You feel a genuine sense of pride. You are making the healthy choice. It is a completely logical thought because we have all been told for decades to avoid deep frying to protect our hearts. You bought this appliance because it promised the rich, satisfying crunch of a deep fryer with a fraction of the heavy calories. Stop right there. Look closely at what you are actually doing to your food. You think you are saving your cardiovascular system by dodging the vat of boiling oil. In reality, you might be doing the biological equivalent of trading a sledgehammer for a drill to knock down your own house. You are running a cellular rust factory right on your kitchen bench. Researchers studying longevity and cellular aging have uncovered a stark, highly fascinating biological reality about this modern appliance. That hurricane-force hot air isn't just crisping your dinner, it is forcefully oxidizing the delicate fats in your food at an unprecedented, unnatural rate. This creates microscopic chemical compounds that actively degrade your joint cartilage. These compounds wrinkle your skin from the inside out. I completely understand why you do this. You bought this modern machine to protect yourself, and you did exactly what the health marketing told you to do. It's not your fault. Of course you use it. The convenience is undeniably brilliant, and we all want to save time in the kitchen. I am not going to tell you to throw your air fryer in the bin or go back to eating boiled chicken. That is completely unnecessary. At the end of this video, I will show you the exact 10-second preparation hack using one common spice and a splash of a specific liquid. This simple combination acts as an impenetrable biological shield, blocking this chemical reaction entirely while keeping your food perfectly crisp. Let us look at the actual architecture of your skin and your joints to understand why this matters. Collagen is the vital protein scaffolding that keeps your skin firm, tight, and resilient. Cartilage acts as the thick, rubbery shock absorber in your knees, hips, and hands. Both structures rely heavily on undamaged fats. They require a constant supply of pristine lipids and abundant water retention to stay plump and flexible. When you strip away their internal moisture and introduce mutated, damaged fat molecules into your system, they dry out rapidly, they stiffen, they crack. It's exactly like leaving a rubber band out in the scorching Australian sun.
Think about how that rubber band loses all its natural snap, turns incredibly brittle, and simply breaks under the slightest pressure. That is what is happening inside your knee capsule. Every time you stand up after sitting on the couch for an hour and feel that sharp, grinding ache, your body is sending an urgent warning. Put a plus in the comments if you've always believed the myth that air frying is entirely harmless, or a minus if you already knew it had hidden risks. Your joints require extremely high-quality lubrication to function smoothly as you cross the age of 55. Think of your synovial fluid, which is the natural biological oil sitting inside your knee and hip joints. It allows your heavy bones to glide past each other silently and smoothly, without any friction. When you are 20 years old, this fluid is thick, abundant, and highly effective. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less of it. We need to aggressively preserve every single drop we have left. The quality of this vital fluid depends entirely on the quality of the dietary fats you consume on a daily basis. When you blast food with high-speed hot air, the fats do not just warm up, they violently mutate. This extreme environmental stress creates Advanced Lipid Oxidation End-products. Scientists commonly refer to these dangerous little molecules as ales. Think of ales as microscopic rough edges or tiny pieces of chemical shrapnel. Your digestive system evolved over thousands of years to process natural, undisturbed fats. When your stomach encounters ales, it simply does not know what to do with them. Instead of smoothly breaking them down for pure cellular energy, your immune system flags them as foreign invaders. Once you chew and swallow that perfectly crisped food, this invisible shrapnel travels directly through your digestive tract. It enters your bloodstream. It circulates relentlessly until it lodges permanently into your skin's collagen fibers and your delicate knee joints. Once embedded, it triggers an aggressive low-grade inflammatory response that never truly turns off. It stiffens the tissue up like an old rusted gate. So your body is fighting a constant internal battle against the very dinner you thought was healthy. But this internal friction is not just a random accident of aging. It is a direct, measurable result of the specific atmospheric environment inside your favorite kitchen appliance. The fundamental error here is cooking naked fats. When you spray oil directly onto a dry piece of food and blast it with a high-speed fan, you strip away the food's natural biological defense mechanisms. The fat oxidizes immediately on the surface. It has absolutely no protection.
It simply burns at a deeply molecular level, fracturing into chaotic, highly unstable compounds. This rapid, uncontrolled oxidation creates a massive payload of ALEs in a matter of mere minutes. Have you ever caught a supermarket tricking you with fake health labels on cooking oil sprays? Tell me below. You buy these supposedly healthy spray cans thinking they are pure, natural, and beneficial for your heart. In reality, they are often loaded with hidden chemical propellants that make the rapid oxidation process inside the air fryer even worse. The crispier the outside of the food gets under that fan, the more heavily damaged the lipid molecules become. You might firmly believe that using a premium extra virgin olive oil makes the air fryer completely safe. It is a perfectly logical thought. We are taught that olive oil is the golden standard of a healthy diet. But it is a physiological trap. High-speed oxygen mixed with intense confined heat destroys the fragile, health-promoting antioxidants in these premium oils within minutes. Extra virgin olive oil is packed with beautiful, incredibly beneficial polyphenols when it is cold and raw. These compounds are your body's natural defense against aging. When you drizzle cold-pressed olive oil over a fresh salad, your body absorbs it beautifully to nourish your brain and your heart. But under that relentless hurricane of hot air, they vanish completely. The oil turns rancid before the food is even fully cooked. The smoke point printed on the back of the expensive bottle simply does not matter when you introduce a high-speed wind tunnel into the equation. Real, natural products are exceptionally hard to find now. Where are you watching from, and what does a genuine bottle of cold-pressed olive oil cost in your city? Let us look at the beautiful biology of a polyphenol to understand what you are losing. These are the microscopic plant compounds that give high-quality olive oil its robust, slightly peppery kick at the back of your throat. When consumed raw, they act as powerful cellular bodyguards. They carefully neutralize free radicals in your bloodstream. They actively protect your cartilage from degrading and keep your skin looking vibrant, thick, and elastic. However, these delicate polyphenols are incredibly sensitive to their immediate environment. They thrive in cool, dark glass bottles sitting quietly in your pantry. When you spray them onto a potato and subject them to circulating air at high temperatures, they break down instantly. The circulating fan in your air fryer constantly introduces fresh, highly reactive oxygen to the heating element. This continuous supply of fresh oxygen accelerates the degradation of the oil exponentially compared to traditional cooking. It is a completely different world than a standard static oven. In a normal oven, the air sits relatively still, meaning the oxidation process is slow, steady, and manageable for your body. In an air fryer, the high-velocity fan strips away water molecules infinitely faster. This rapid, forced dehydration concentrates the ALEs right on the dry surface of your meal. Think of a mate who eats grilled and air-fried absolutely everything in the name of fitness. They proudly declare they never touch a greasy, deep-fried chip at the pub, yet they constantly complain about intensely stiff hands when they wake up in the morning. They notice deep, new wrinkles appearing on their face regularly. They simply wave it off and blame it on the natural process of getting older. They might even take expensive collagen supplements or rub high-end joint creams on their knees, wondering why absolutely nothing is working. It is not just genetics, it is the steady, relentless accumulation of ALEs from a lifetime of dry heat cooking. Every single dry-cooked meal adds another microscopic, hardened layer of stiffness to their beautiful cartilage. Over 5, 10, or 15 years, this cellular wear builds up into a significant physical burden. The vital shock absorbers in their knees become hard, brittle, and highly prone to tearing. Notice one very strange detail about modern health trends. The people who obsessively eat the most air-fried, extremely low-fat diet foods often struggle the absolute most with chronic joint pain. Dry heat aggressively strips the food's natural moisture, leaving your vulnerable joints to pay the incredibly heavy price. So, the healthy oil is destroyed and your food is completely dehydrated. But this effort to eat well is completely undermined if you ignore the temperature dial. The digital temperature dial on the front of your machine is hiding an even bigger, far more dangerous trap. It is a physiological trap almost everyone over 50 falls into without even realizing it. We are biologically programmed to want our food cooked fast, efficient, and extra crispy. Let me show you exactly what you're doing wrong before you even hit the start button tonight. The absolute biggest mistake you can make is cranking the machine to 200 degrees Celsius just to get that extra crunch. Do not do it. The formation of ALEs doesn't just rise slowly and gently with the heat. It skyrockets exponentially the exact moment you push the dial past 160 degrees. Let us break down the exact biological mathematics of cooking temperatures so you can see the hidden danger. At 160 degrees Celsius, the natural moisture inside the food evaporates at a steady, manageable rate. The surface fats remain relatively stable, and your body is incredibly resilient. Your liver and kidneys are perfectly capable of filtering out small, normal amounts of oxidized lipids without any major issue. But when you turn that dial to 200 degrees, the environment changes entirely. The protective moisture barrier on the surface of the food collapses instantly under the intense heat. The delicate fats are exposed directly to the superheated circulating oxygen. The rate of lipid oxidation literally doubles for every 10 degrees you go above 160. By the time you reach 200 degrees, you are mass-producing cellular rust. Remember that biological shield I promised to show you? You are going to need it very soon. Right now, that 200-degree heat is acting exactly like a heavy accelerator for cellular aging. You are actively trading your long-term joint mobility for 5 minutes of saved cooking time. It is a terrible, highly unequal trade for your body. You might think you're getting a better crunch, but you are asking your body to process a massive, unnatural load of altered molecules. This heavy biological burden falls directly on your connective tissues. Over time, your body simply cannot keep up with the constant demanding repair process. The collagen fibers in your skin begin to cross-link, which makes the skin rigid and causes premature sagging. The cartilage in your knees loses its vital ability to retain water, becoming thinner and much less effective. Every single step you take transfers more harsh impact directly to the bone. This is exactly why temperature control is absolutely vital for your longevity. You must respect the natural thermal limits of the fats you are consuming. Dropping the heat to strictly 160 degrees is the first crucial step to slowing down this oxidation process. Dropping the heat completely saves your joints from a massive ALE spike. But I hear your frustration perfectly. Lowering the temperature leaves you with soggy, wet, highly unappetizing food. Nobody wants to eat a limp, sad potato chip after a long day. This frustrating result defeats the entire purpose of buying the machine in the first place. You bought the appliance for the satisfying crunch, and lowering the heat seems to steal that joy away entirely. It feels like you constantly have to choose between protecting your health and actually enjoying your dinner. You do not have to make that choice. The scientific secret to fixing this frustrating paradox lies quietly hidden right now inside your pantry.
We need a way to maintain the low temperature while still achieving the perfect golden texture. We need to successfully outsmart the appliance using pure biology. To completely stop ails from forming, you need to deploy an antioxidant armor and a moisture buffer. It is a precise two-step biological protocol that completely changes how your food interacts with your body. First, you need the armor. Before cooking, thoroughly toss your food in a highly polyphenol-rich spice like dried rosemary or ground cloves. These specific spices have evolved their own brilliant chemical defenses to survive harsh climates in nature. You are simply borrowing that exact ancient defense mechanism for your own food. Rosemary contains exceptionally high levels of a specific, powerful compound called rosmarinic acid. Think of it as a microscopic, impenetrable fire blanket. It tightly wraps around the vulnerable fat molecules, physically stopping the hot, aggressive air from mutating them. The rosmarinic acid willingly sacrifices itself to the extreme heat. It completely protects the vulnerable lipids underneath. It expertly neutralizes the dangerous free radicals before they can even begin to form. By the way, do you store your dried spices in the fridge or in the pantry? Let's debate in the comments. Let us dive deeper into the incredible power of rosmarinic acid. When you apply it to your food, it does not just act as a shield. It turns that ordinary meal into a powerful biological ignition key. You do not need to use a huge, overpowering amount. Just a light dusting of dried rosemary is enough to coat the entire surface area of your potatoes or chicken. As the hot air circulates, the oxygen attacks the rosemary instead of the olive oil. The structural integrity of the fat remains completely intact and pristine. Your body receives healthy, undamaged lipids that it can actually use to lubricate your joints. When your liver receives these pristine, protected fats, it doesn't trigger an alarm. Instead, it uses them as a catalyst to unlock your body's own miraculous ability to deeply cleanse and restore itself. Ground cloves work in a very similar, highly effective way. They have one of the highest natural antioxidant capacities of any spice on earth. A tiny pinch of cloves mixed into your cooking oil provides massive, unmatched cellular protection. You can also use dried oregano or thyme if you prefer those flavors. The critical key is to apply these herbs before the food goes into the basket. Do not wait until after it is cooked. The biological protection must be firmly in place before the heat ever hits the fat. Now, you urgently need the buffer to ensure the perfect crunch. Add exactly 2 tablespoons of plain tap water to the bottom tray of the air fryer directly underneath the cooking basket. This ingenious little step creates a highly controlled micro-steam environment inside the machine. It acts exactly like a soothing, cool humidifier in a bone-dry desert. It firmly stops the surface fats from burning instantly, while the high-speed fan still expertly delivers the perfect, satisfying crunch. The rising steam expertly manages the exact temperature at the microscopic surface of the food. It entirely prevents the delicate moisture barrier from collapsing under the intense circulating wind. The hot air still circulates perfectly, the food still crisps beautifully, but the fat remains entirely stable. You have successfully hacked the machine using pure physics. Let us look at the beautiful physics of this simple water trick. When you place 2 tablespoons of water in the base, the heat from the elements slowly warms it up until it begins to gently evaporate. This creates a tiny, vital amount of humidity inside the cooking chamber. Remember, the primary danger of the air fryer is the extreme, unnatural dry heat. Dry heat exponentially accelerates lipid oxidation. By introducing just a small amount of humidity, you completely change the thermal dynamics of the machine. The steam perfectly regulates the surface temperature of the food because water cannot physically exceed 100 degrees Celsius. As the microscopic layer of steam rests on your food, it acts as a brilliant thermal buffer. It prevents the surface temperature from dangerously spiking into the rust-forming zone. The circulating fan still removes enough moisture to give you a crispy golden exterior, but the internal fats are completely shielded from the harshest, most damaging effects of the heat. It is a brilliant, effortless balance of culinary science and human biology. You get the exact crunch you desire without the cellular rust you desperately want to avoid. This small addition of water also makes the appliance much easier to clean afterwards. The steam prevents stray droplets of oil from baking stubbornly onto the bottom tray. It is a massive win for your daily health and a massive win for your kitchen maintenance. Let us review the entire simple protocol one more time to ensure you have the exact steps for tonight's dinner. Step 1 is preparation with a high-quality cold-pressed oil like real olive or avocado oil. Do not use commercial aerosol sprays loaded with hidden, damaging propellants. Toss your food manually in a bowl. This ensures an even, thin coating without introducing unnecessary chemical additives. Step 2 is applying the antioxidant armor. Sprinkle your dried rosemary, oregano, or cloves directly onto the oiled food so it sticks nicely to the surface. Step 3 is creating the moisture buffer. Remove the basket from your air fryer and pour exactly 2 tablespoons of plain tap water into the bottom tray. Replace the basket securely. Step 4 is precise, non-negotiable temperature control. Set your machine to exactly 160 degrees Celsius. Do not be tempted to push it higher just to save a few minutes. Step 5 is patience. Allow the food to cook at this slightly lower temperature, knowing that the extra time is a crucial investment in your long-term mobility. It is a direct, daily investment in your skin's natural elasticity. When the timer finally goes off, you will have perfectly cooked, highly satisfying food. The exterior will be crisp and golden. The interior will be beautifully moist and tender. Most importantly, the fats will be completely stable and beneficial. You can eat your meal with complete peace of mind, knowing you are actively nourishing your body, not aging it. Imagine waking up a year from now and experiencing the profound difference. You step out of bed and your knees do not crack or ache. You make your morning coffee and your hands feel remarkably nimble and strong. You look in the mirror and notice a healthy, deeply hydrated glow returning to your skin. These are not impossible, far-fetched dreams. These are the completely natural results of a body that is no longer constantly fighting internal diet-induced inflammation. When you stop flooding your delicate system with ails, your body finally gets a chance to breathe and heal. Your cartilage can successfully maintain its vital hydration levels. Your collagen can successfully rebuild its strong structural matrix beneath the skin. The human body is a miraculous, self-repairing machine that desperately wants to keep you moving. It just needs the right internal environment to do its job properly. By adding a simple splash of water and a dash of rosemary to your air fryer, you are providing that exact, perfect environment. You do not have to give up your favorite comforting meals to stay healthy. Just follow the biology. Keep the temperature dial strictly at 160 degrees. Toss your food in a little protective dried rosemary. Put a simple splash of water in the base. It is that simple. If you do this consistently, you get to keep the delicious crunch you absolutely love. More importantly, you keep your skin remarkably firm and your joints moving smoothly like a highly well-oiled hinge. Health is never about extreme, miserable restrictions. It's not about throwing away your modern conveniences. It's about deeply understanding the human body and working with it, not against it. It's about making small, highly intelligent adjustments to your daily routines. Your joints are beautifully designed to last a lifetime if you treat them with genuine respect and care. They need deep hydration. They need high-quality, pristine fats. They need absolute protection from oxidative stress. By changing the simple way you use your kitchen appliances, you directly influence your deep cellular health. You take complete, empowering control of exactly how you age. You can wake up in the morning without that familiar, heavy stiffness in your hands. You can stand up from the couch without a sharp, sudden ache in your knees. You can look in the mirror and see skin that retains its beautiful, natural bounce. It all starts with the simple, informed choices you make in the kitchen. Try this powerful biological hack tonight. Your knees and your skin will deeply thank you for it. This information is strictly educational to support your daily vitality. Never change your doctor's medical treatment without their consent. If this topic interested you, you will love this one too. Check out our other great video about your air fryer is quietly accelerating your skin aging, the hidden science of advanced lipid oxidation end products created by high-speed hot air, which literally rusts your cells and degrades joint cartilage. Take care of your health, and I will see you next time.